It's great to see you.
Good to be here.
All I can say, one word about the film is wow. What a fabulous film. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now tell me, your previous film, The Fall, was absolutely no special effects. So when you were in talks with the producers, what was your feeling initially?
Well, I've done commercials for the last 20 years, and I'm usually known for special effects and doing things like that. So the Fall was the one that was unique. So when I did something like that, people have seen my work before. They knew I would do something like this. That was a personal film, and I had decided, I'd been chasing it for about 27 years, putting it together. I had said there would be all effects in it would be something like you could do turn of the century, like 100-year-old effects. It has to be very basically shot, and that's what I went with. So after doing that film, it took me so long. I came out of the tunnel saying, I want to do the absolute opposite. It's almost like Coppola going and doing Apocalypse Now and coming back and saying next movie is all inside a studio, and he ended up with One from the Heart. So I kind of came from this one and just said it has to be all in a studio, bird flying, horses running, everything I want in a studio. I've been on a location for too long, 28 countries I went in. So I came and I just wanted to go the absolute opposite side.
You have a cult following with your fans. Why do you take so long between your projects?
I won't probably in the future. It doesn't mean that it's anything else. It's just that most of the time I'm doing commercials. I love filming, just the process of it. The ending product is sometimes good fun too. But I love being on a set and solving problems. And most of the time that happens to be ads because I just work 300 days out of the year. So when I did, The Fall was the first film I wanted to do. Out of a default, The Cell ended up coming before The Fall. So it took me a long time because I knew nobody will be able to finance a movie like The Fall. Just made it all on my own, got it out there, and I just said now I would like to make basically Hollywood films if I did, but more than, let's say, one a year. But now I'm kind of getting access to material that I think reads great, already has my sensibility in it, and the money is there. So I think probably that process will not be 7-8 years anymore.
So tell me about the color red. What does the color red signify for you?
Nothing. It just happens to be a very vibrant color. It's just, one of the basic colors in...
But you use it a lot visually.
I do. It's just interesting. Against white, against a blank plate, against anything. It is such a beautiful color. It's so Indian.
Yes.
And so for me, I think usually I tend to wear today, not today, I'm in my night suit today, but every day wearing something really colorful. I happen to like that. And if you go to India, the poorer you are, the more vibrant your clothes tend to be. You go to Rajasthan, there's this a red pug with a green thing. And I love that. Yeah. So for me, it just happens to be the basic colors that I think film responds to quite well. And red is something that'll make you pop. I love it.
Did you always envision Frida Pinto in her role?
No. When I did this, I was looking for an exotic person for a Western audience. This is mainly a movie for a Western audience. Right. And nobody looks at what's in their backyard as exotic. So I'd had to be from outside. So, a Greek girl just probably already would look too contemporary to them. Not contemporary, would look not exotic enough. So I thought a Brazilian girl or an Indian girl, and somebody said, I'd never worked with any Indians before except one actor before. And they just said, Frida Pinto's in town, will you meet her? And it was in this hotel, and I just had one drink with her, and I said, she's absolutely perfect. Just had one chat with her, I told her the script doesn't exist how it is, I'm going to change everything, this is what I have in mind. She said, she'd love to do it, and somehow the timing worked out.
Now tell me your director's vision. Has your vision been attained, do you think, with this film?
Oh my God, if you think you've been attained, you should retire. No, nothing is ever attained. It's always abandoned in time for the release or anything. But it's close enough for me to feel that enough of me is in it to put my DNA's out there in it, and that's all that matters.
What was your favorite part about this film?
Filming. Just when I'm filming, I love it. Most editors really enjoy the editing. There's only one part that I like more is when you're in the end putting the music to it. Because then people start seeing the movie with what you had in mind. And everybody thinks the composer is saving your film. But actually, I don't need to hear the music to hear it when you're seeing it. It's just most people can't see it. But for me, the best part of filming is actually when you're filming. That's why my stuff is not usually storyboarded before. It's not done there. So it keeps you really high on edge when you arrive on a set and you have no idea what you're going to do.
Any special plays for the Pasadena Design of Art? Do you think that they have students coming out of it that has such amazing visuals?
Well, there was just this particular point in time, I think, when we came out from there. There were like 6 classmates we were, and we were all done fantastically well. was that it's a school that most film schools that you go to correctly have a lot of film history, this thing, it's about writing, it's about everything. This was not a film school that was teaching anything else except packaging, how to design automotive cars, photography, and there was a small film department. So we were the misfits. And you just arrived there, but the people who arrived there went specifically for that. I was 24 years old and I'd never held a camera in my hand. And I arrived out here, and at every place you went to, there was so much basic stuff you needed to learn. I just said, that's fine, but I need to learn the technical stuff of filming. That's all I was interested in. So I think everybody who was gearing to go to that school was also going for that. So they were just going into, all the schools were teaching every other aspect of filmmaking as more important, correctly so, than the visual part of it. But the people who were drawn to Art Center that time were just drawn because it was not a film school. It was basically a school that was all about packaging and a look. So if you had a particular vision that you wanted to learn how to get out there, that was the place to be.
Tell me about Snow White.
Family movie through and through, and I love it. It was just really, really wonderful to have somebody like Julia Roberts in a place of championing you when you make that, because usually those fights that happen behind the camera, behind the scenes about getting your vision out there, they were just bypassed. It's just, Julia's doing the movie only because Tarsem is directing the movie. Let him have her, and just all my problems were solved. So it's just wonderful having that 800-pound gorilla on your side of the boxing fight.
Well, I'm out of time. It was such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank
Wish
you,
you
Reshma.
continued success.
Thank you very much.